What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TretoWithOutARadio. You already know how it goes. This is Treto from... Where am I from?
Wow, so you messed up the intro, bro.
I know. Run it back. What's going... No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Renee, from the other day?
Oh, you know, and I'm watching you mess it up, man. You're embarrassing me in front of my guests.
I'm so nervous. You don't even understand why. We got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen. And before we introduce him, let's break it down and let everyone know what happened before the camera started rolling.
Alright, so Treto was running around everywhere. He got super sweaty. He had to change shirts.
Right.
We were trying to get everything ready. We switched up the table, switched up the fucking microphones.
Right.
We switched up, what else did we change?
The logo.
Switched up the logo. We did a bunch of stuff before we started filming. It was crazy.
And now we're rocking it with Jaime Garcia, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Jaime?
What's up, guys?
So Jaime Garcia here is how do you say it? Long time
Listener, first time caller.
Yeah, there you go. First time caller.
First time guest.
First time guest, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is a podcast for people that let their kids wait in line at the checkout while they go run and get extra tortillas.
Ooh, so like when your mom would leave you?
Yeah, and you get all nervous.
Oh, because you're like, oh, hold on, she'll be back in time, and you're nervous because you're next,
right.
And she's not back yet.
It's like a little anxiety attack.
Oh my god, I used to hate that. I still get that sometimes, honestly.
Has that ever happened to you, man?
Not yet. I'm not there yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna make my kids do that for sure.
Oh,
especially at Walgreens or someplace with long lines for
Bro,
sure.
they're gonna be panicking. Like I still panic sometimes if I go get groceries with my mom. She'll like, oh, I'm gonna go get bread real quick. And like, I get paid for the stuff. Like I know what to do, but I still get nervous.
You know what you do? Classic move is just to let the person behind you go ahead.
Yeah,
it's kind of the panic move.
That's true.
It is. That's
the emergency plan.
Yeah, the desperation right there. We're like, all right, go ahead. But you don't want to let them go, and then she gets back in time, and like, oh, now we gotta wait longer.
Right.
Because then she'll be like, oh,
why'd you do that?
Yeah, I got time. Let me go get something else.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, man. Happy late Father's Day, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sunday was Father's Day.
Clap it up.
Thank you. Got a few under my belt at this point. My fifth Father's Day, so exciting.
How many kids do you have now?
I have 2 sons, 3 and 5.
Ooh, nice.
I just round up. I'm not one of these guys that says
18 months.
18 months or 67 months. I just kind of rounded to where they're the nearest, and right now it's 3 and 5. So
nice,
2
man.
boys, yeah.
So I guess to kick it off, I want to talk about fatherhood, dude. How was that, man? Was this like a scary, like your first child, you're like, for him being born, was that like super scary for you?
Yeah, man. I think the first thing that you realize is that you essentially you made somebody, right? Like that's somebody that is totally 100% under your care. Like you can't just pick up and leave, or it's just like you are 100% responsible for this person, and they're so dependent on you, right? I think one of the first things you try to do is feel your way around the right things to do. You read the books, you do all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you kind of figure it out for yourself, right? Like it's trial and error. I know for me personally, it was super exciting. You want to teach them a lot of things, and sometimes you do what's right, and sometimes you do what's wrong, right? Like you read a book and you're like, snap, I'm not supposed to do any of that.
Yeah, that is like trial and error. Like,
well, yeah, because I feel like what you said, a lot of people, they try to do everything like by the book, but at the end of the day, like, internally, you just know, right?
Yeah. Like, let me give you a quick idea. We read this book after the fact. It was like the 10 things not to do to put a baby to sleep, and we were literally doing 7 of those.
Oh,
and I didn't even know until we read this book. I was like, man, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like we would have the house all quiet. It says don't do that, right? Have background noise. So at the end of the day, with the first, I feel like with your first son or daughter, it's always that curve, and then by the second one, you came around, you're kind of like a pro at that point.
Yeah.
Were you the type of dad that would like put music by her belly and like let the child like listen to some like Wu-Tang or like?
No, we play a lot of house music actually.
Oh,
yeah. Even after our oldest son was born, we would play house music. Or at least I still do actually. Yes. And right now it's kind of cool because they're starting to learn the names of songs, and they're starting to request, which is really, really cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What's up, Renee? Where's your baby at?
Oh, where's your baby at?
What? He's hanging out right over there.
I know, you've never even introduced them.
Oh, okay. See, it's kind of like Drake. You know how he's like,
my bad.
I'm too like famous. I don't want people like taking pictures of the kid, and like
I don't want girls to stop hitting on me.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That makes sense.
No, I'm totally kidding, guys. I do not have a kid. That's like on record. But yeah, man, child Childbirth. Wow. Childbirth is crazy. Were you nervous, man? Like, were you?
I was super nervous and very, very tired, man. I think if I had to give you one piece of advice is definitely get your sleep. Having a young baby it'll keep you up. It'll keep you up for sure.
Yeah, how is that? It just like wakes up crying every few hours?
Yeah, it's like it's imagine never being able to fall 100% asleep. It's like you're always sleeping with one eye open like this, right? Trying to figure out when's the next time they're gonna wake up, and then more than anything, just the anxiety of having to get up very soon to care for them. I think that could be a lot on somebody, but you know, you kind of love it at the time, and then after you look back, you're kind of glad that they're out of that. Yeah, I'm really happy. My kids sleep through the night now. It's amazing to get like 6 hours of sleep.
Damn, 6 hours?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
How is it? Do you ever compare it to like before you had kids, like single single Hyman, like?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. I think you do right at the beginning, right, the first couple of years, and then you adjust. I mean, the first thing you miss is kind of like independent time, like alone time, and then you gotta split. Now you're like a dad, so you also gotta set like different examples, and a lot of that comes through. Like for example, listening to words or music that's censored as opposed to uncensored.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real easy one, right? But yeah, you definitely gotta adjust a little bit for sure.
Imagine, like, you can't even listen to your music anymore.
I know, dude. Like, what am I gonna do?
I know you're gonna have to put on all the edited versions of albums.
He didn't even know edited versions existed.
Right? What do you mean edited versions?
Like, what do you mean they don't swear?
They don't say it's on the radio? This is why I started a podcast, because I wouldn't listen to radio. Yeah. That's crazy, man. I can't even imagine having a kid yet.
And then, like, what about, like, when you're like trying to go out or something? Like, you gotta do so much more extra planning, I imagine.
You do, yeah. Either you go out by yourself, right? You kind of take, like, shifts, right? Like, the dad or mom go out by themselves with your friends or whatnot. But when both go out, it's a whole process, man. You gotta vet somebody. If it's not a family member, you have to compensate them for the time, you know. So you gotta have a little extra for that night out. Right. For sure, it's a process, man. And you know, especially with that first baby, it's something where it's a lot more the comfort level is much higher with a family member. But I mean, you learn right away that the thing is, though, I want to make it real clear, you will go out a lot less, right? So it's like it's not as if you're going out every Friday night or something like that. It's a lot of home time for sure. Yeah.
So actually, speaking of going out, this past weekend I was in Nashville and we had a guys trip, right? So we were barbecuing one night, and then we all kind of like looked at each other and we're like, "Yo, man, like this is gonna be us when we're like older, you know, like." Someone's gonna buy a house and like we're gonna barbecue and like our kids gonna be running around and stuff. Do you have that with like your group of friends?
Oh yeah, we do for sure. Yeah.
Like you hit that point.
Yeah, one thing that I always say about our friends, I said, "This is it, man. This is our 30s. This is it, right?" Because
we made it.
Yeah, everyone's kind of gotten into that phase where we would just have like game nights before, where it was just all single couples, and now it's birthday parties and baby showers. So it's definitely way different. And part of that's real cool. We do hang out more as families, but we do try to find our, I guess, adult time where we still hang out in that setting, right? Like around a campfire or something like that, for sure.
Do you have that like one friend that has no kid, no like wife?
Oh yeah, I got two of those. Two of those clowns. Yeah, those dudes are still.
Two of those clowns.
Yeah, they're still inviting us to Friday. I'm like, bro, man, like I can't just drop what I'm doing to go hang out with you at some random bar on the north side, man. Like I can't do that right now. So. Yeah, we're actively trying to find them. I guess the best way I could say, we're actively trying to change their status, right? From where they are as single mid-30-year-olds right now.
You're trying to get them to settle down.
A little bit, a little bit. They settle down for a little bit, but then they get unsettled, man.
Yeah,
so.
Then they get right back into it.
Yeah, they get back into it.
It's lifestyle, man. You got to stick to what you're used to.
That's true. No, hell no, because you gotta evolve.
No, you gotta keep partying.
Maybe you have to evolve, man. You
gotta like adapt to like new.
No, you gotta be the 40-year-old at the bar hitting on 20-year-old girls.
That's horrible.
That's the dream.
I actually saw a lot of that in Nashville.
Yeah.
Bro, there were so many like older, just older men in general, and I don't know if they had like escorts or like those like, but it's trippy like. You're literally hanging out with like a 21, 22-year-old, and she's like all over you,
That's maybe it's that sugar daddy situation.
Yeah, that's what they call zaddies nowadays.
Zaddies?
Zaddies.
With a Z?
With a Z.
Oh shit.
I'm not really sure what the difference is, but it's a different word.
Wow.
I'll look it up.
Keep talking about that.
Yeah, right?
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that actually. That's a first.
Never heard of zaddy?
Nah, man. Are you trying to like
find that out?
Is there like an app where you could like become a zaddy? How does that work?
Zaddies.com.
Yeah,
That is a
Zaddies.
word. Someone needs to get that domain.
Dude, for real.
Right?
Zaddiesmatch.com.
So I guess, so you're a dad, so that we know that. But aside from being a father, like, what do you do, man? Like, let the people know.
Yeah, man. Right now,
What do you do for a living, bro?
yeah, what I do for a living, man. I build houses, man. We take abandoned lots, possible former crack houses, and we kind of turn them around in the neighborhoods. And
Flipping them.
We're flipping them, man. Not so much flipping them as building them new, right? We try to build new houses for single families and to try to sell those properties, man. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of design, and it comes along with all those headaches that you watch on those HGTV shows.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You could have your own show.
Oh yeah, man. Except none of it happens in half an hour. I guarantee you an hour, man. It's months and months. So don't let those TV shows fool you, man.
So it's not like the couple like Jane and Joe Smith, and they go in there and like they have a hammer and like a montage. And
it's definitely not like that, man. Yeah. It's nothing about that is real, man.
Damn.
Nothing about
How
that.
long does it take to build a house from the ground up, like foundation?
Man, if you don't count the time it takes you to get your architectural plans and your permit, I'd say you're doing really good if it's 4 or 5 months.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but I mean, average is like 6 to 8, depending on the season you start. Yeah, it takes a long time.
I mean, to build a whole ass house, that sounds like a pretty good timeline.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's actually really fast.
Like imagine looking at an empty lot and then 8 months later there's a house there. Like,
I can't even imagine. Like, how do you like just picture? Okay, like this is gonna be the house, you know? Like,
what ends up happening is you would have to leave for a while, but if you're from the area, you'll see it kind of progressing along, and then next thing you know, it's someone's living there permanently. And you're like, oh snap, it's finished already. I didn't know. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, you kind of see it. As someone who sees it from the inside, I know where everything is, and I know the timeline and everything, so I'm able to predict a little bit better. But
so then are you involved with every part of it? Like, are you doing like the electrical, like the plumbing and all that?
Yeah, I'm there as the project manager. I'm there for the entire thing. From the time it's a piece of grass to the time that we're closing on the deal for the house, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I really participate in the entire process. Yeah.
If you think about it, bro, building a house is kind of like raising a kid.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The first house is like, all right, that didn't work. Like, the second house is like, okay, you know, the bedroom is
here. Man,
yeah, dude. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Do
you get like attached to the houses, or like certain buyers that you don't want to give it to because you're like, oh, like, you know, I worked so hard for this, I don't want them to come in here and mess it up.
Yeah, I think what you try to do is look at it as I guess like business, but I will tell you, like, you have your favorites, right? Like, I really love this about this house and this about that house, and then at the end of the day, you kind of start blending them together. But when you're looking to sell, you just want a family to really appreciate the work. I think that's what it really comes down to, right? Because you're proud. Like, I'll tell you that. Like, we're proud of the homes we build, and we want the homeowner to be proud of it too.
How many houses do you have under your belt?
Man, at this point, maybe like 8 or so. Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. How many you have, Ray?
That's 8 more houses than I have.
Yeah, not including my own though, because my house definitely needs some work.
Oh, okay. There you go. You
that's basically 9.
Yeah, technically, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
But you know, it's like anything. Like if you're a doctor as a professional, you don't come home and try to do surgeries, right? You just you leave it.
That is true.
Yeah. So my maintenance at home is a little disregarded at this point, you know.
So does your wife, like, if you need like I don't know, like a light bulb went out, it's like, oh, you're the house.
I feel like a light bulb's different though.
Okay, like let's say like your garage. I don't know.
The garage door breaks.
Well, you'd be surprised, Renee. This Saturday I changed the green light bulb from Christmas barely on the front porch. Yeah, we had a green light bulb for Christmas.
Yeah,
and I just changed it.
I mean, if the light bulb works,
that's what I said.
Yeah,
you know? It's like with the green, it works just fine.
Like seasonal, like that could have been like your Marvel green Hulk light bulb, like, you know, for Endgame. That could have been like
your Easter green.
Yeah, springtime green.
Springtime green. All the flowers coming back. It's perfect. I don't know why you changed it, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What color is it now?
It's just a regular old white light bulb, man. Just back to plain Jane.
Dang, it's messed up. I would have kept it red. Switched it to a red one.
You think so?
Maybe a red, white, and blue, you know?
Like, for the forest.
Yeah, right now, man, you gotta get into the spirit. We have a flag that will switch out according to the season. So
okay. So you have like your winter flag, your summer flag?
Yeah, we have sports flags. We have, right now I'm about to put up our American flag, you know, for July all the way through, Labor Day it is?
Yeah.
All the way through there,
I always forget which one is which. I just remember they're both holidays and I get the day off.
Speaking of July, man, did you ever, because we talked about this before off camera, did you ever get that thing for your Black Party past, that idea you had? But
Oh yeah, so I had this idea for our Black Doors is a great black party every summer. I came up with this idea. I thought it'd be super cool. I'd be down for it. Christmas in July.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, tell me that's not a dope black party
That's
idea,
dope.
man.
Because think about it. Well, you could have left like your Christmas lights on.
Yeah,
you could have left the light on.
Pull out the Christmas tree, put it in your front lawn.
You put up some decorations. You dress as Santa, like a summer version of Santa, right? Like maybe
you got like
sleeves,
shorts,
shorts,
Ooh,
sandals, right?
That's dope.
I think it's a dope. You wear your ugly sweater, but like you cut the sleeves off because it's obviously very hot. But I thought it was dope. It's still in consideration from what I've heard, but nothing's been finalized.
Everyone listening are gonna be like, oh my god, we should do that. That's a
right.
great idea.
Popping up all over the place.
Damn.
Just don't forget where you heard it first here.
TretoWithOutARadio, you already know. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Damn. So fatherhood, homeowner. I mean, dude, you're pretty much covering every like level that
hitting all the check boxes.
Yeah, like I feel like we have a lot of young listeners that are like, damn, like that's gonna be us one day. Like, you're pretty much living it, man. Really.
I'm trying, man. It's fun. It's definitely a change from my 20s and I was out there in college, road trips, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun, man. But I know for sure I'm having a lot of fun now too.
Where did you go to college?
I went to NIU, man. NIU Huskies.
Okay.
You're just gonna sneak that in there. I saw that on the timeline.
You did, bro? Because I was trying to that was a lead to you because Renee also went to NIU.
So. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
I was trying to help you out, man. Jesus Christ.
No.
That's what's
You
up,
gotta be out front.
Fellow Husky, you see that? You're outnumbered right now.
I know, I am.
You better be careful, man.
All right. So how was NIU for? I guess you guys were both different generations.
Yeah, I loved it. I was there. I won't tell you how long I was there, but when I was there, I loved it, man.
What year did you start there?
He literally just said you
You just say,
I started in 2000.
He doesn't want to say how long.
Yeah,
okay.
I started in 2000, but
all right.
I won't tell you when I finished.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I started in 2000 over there. I loved it. It was such a great experience.
Dang, so I started 13
I love
years
college.
later.
Yeah.
Dang, so I wonder how different. What were the bars in 2000?
Oh man, some of them were demolished. Like Molly's was really going on, but then they like knocked down Molly's and built like a CVS, and then they moved Molly's over and made it much bigger.
Oh, the CVS on Lincoln Highway?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's where bar used to be, man.
Yeah,
that's where. And then there was this bootleg liquor store attached to it. That was real bootleg. You could actually get in through it through the bar.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But you you didn't go to Molly's for the food, man. You went for the cheap drinks, and now the new Molly's has better food. So you got to kind of take it for what it's worth. But some of the other bars are still there. They just changed names. It's the same location, right? But they just kind of change the name every so often. Yeah.
And the price goes up too.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was 10-cent drafts on Tuesdays. Yeah, 10-cent drafts.
10 cents?
On Tuesday nights. In those little plastic cups, those little white cups.
Yeah.
Who knows how many ounces it was, but it was 10 cents, man.
10 cents? Damn.
Yeah.
I missed out. No.
I've heard of like quarter beers. Like I remember quarter beers.
I've never heard of anything that great.
Less than $1?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you had $3, that was a great night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn, that's crazy.
It's a great night, three bars. It's like you need $10 for the tacos and the beer.
Yeah.
What was that bar you made me go? Well, you didn't make me. Well, you referred to me.
Fatties?
Fatties? That was it?
Fatties was...
that's a good spot.
Yeah, I liked Fatties better than Molly's. So I never saw the original Molly's then, the one on the corner where the CVS is now. I only saw the newer one, the bigger one.
Yeah.
And that place was huge. But I don't know, that one was always like... It was like the rundown bar, and then Fatty's was like the upscale bar. And that was basically it. There was those two bars on campus.
That's about right.
There was the one more over by like where Greek Row was at. And I have no idea. That one changed names like 5 times.
That one, I think you're talking about Starbusters. It was called Starbusters when I was there. I went there one time, but it was way too clubby for me.
Yeah.
That's the kind of club. It's like you had to wear a collar shirt almost. And I was like, this is a college bar. You don't like it. I couldn't handle it. I think I went there one time. And
don't worry, it didn't work out for them. That location has changed bar names so many times, even since I was there.
In the outskirts or
I'm trying to think what else is around there that like has been like Rucolo's has been around forever.
Yeah, they've been a long time. Tom and Jerry's restaurant is great. Just so many cool spots to be around. But they've upgraded, man. They've gotten a couple new restaurants and grown. They got that CVS that replaced that bar for sure.
That's
it definitely looks different. It looks different. And I know the downtown DeKalb has also improved a little bit. Like there's a couple more bars down there.
Yeah, they got. They got some good bars out there. Like Stanley's is one. O'Leary's is a good.
That's
like,
right.
Irish
Yeah,
pub.
that was good too.
That one's been there for a while.
Yeah, it's still fun to go down there. Everything's just still so cheap, man. It's still that college town pricing. I mean, compared to the city, you know,
hell
you're paying like a $15 a margarita or something like that. Or it's like $7 and that's it, right? I mean, it's fantastic.
How were the parties before the bars though? Like, before you could get into it?
So you know, this is where like you pregame, right?
Yeah.
So I obviously. Being under 21, you couldn't get into the bar like the first 2 years, so you would just kind of hang back with the younger guys at the house pregame, and then all the older people would go to the bars, and then come back, and then it was everybody was just pretty much drunk at the same time still because the younger guys would drink, like you know, play video games or do whatever, and then everybody would get back. And it would just be a party, man. It was like Thursday nights was the big night. Friday, everybody was gone.
Bro,
see, Thursday, Thursday is the night.
Yeah. Thursday night was a weekend, man. It was like weekend was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was like a work night. You know, like Sunday was back at the library studying.
Yeah, Sunday was what was supposed to be Thursday.
Right.
I got volleyball
Thursday.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I love college.
What day did you have your bowling class that you would fucking get drunk for?
I had bowling for 3 semesters at NAU. My last 3 semesters there.
It's great, man. It's a great elective.
It was beautiful. I got like 5 credit hours total out of that, so it was great. I had it on I think it was Tuesdays, no, Mondays and Wednesdays maybe.
Yeah, but
Monday and Wednesday, and I had it like it was always like at 2:00 or 2:30. And so what we would do is we would just get really drunk before going. So like I would get back from class at like 12:00, and then we would just drink for 2 hours, 2.5 hours straight. Go over, bowl, and then come back and keep drinking, or like go to the next class or whatever, you know.
On a Tuesday.
And so that was just
that's not that uncommon though, man.
Yeah, like
that's crazy.
That was our normal thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's not uncommon.
And it was great.
Man.
We would go, show up bowling. Sometimes we would play really well for whatever reason. Like
you were loose, you know.
Yeah, there was one team who like they were like good, like they had their own balls, like they all, you know, they got strikes all the time. And then we matched up against them and we played them and we ended up beating them. And they were just so mad because we were destroyed, you know, like we had like those Gatorade bottles with us in class that we had like mixed drinks in and stuff. So we were still drinking while playing. And like you could just see it on their faces. They were so upset that they were losing to us. Nice. But it was a great class.
Yeah, but I took coaching basketball.
Oh, nice.
And it was an 8 a.m. class, and attendance was like a huge percent of the grade, man. Let's just say I didn't do so high in that class, man. Yeah. I took coaching basketball. The instructor, he was real cool, but I mean, when attendance at an 8 a.m. class is a huge part of your grade, and you don't get up, it's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna hurt. Nowadays, I'd make it to that class easy.
Oh yeah.
But when you're in college, man. It's like 9:30, 10
a.m.
a.m. is when you're barely waking up.
Yeah, like 9:30 classes I was struggling to get to on time. I know my first semester I took an 8 a.m. class because, you know, I had school every day at 8 a.m. I could go to a class a couple of days at 8 a.m.
After that first month?
Yeah, after not even like the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid. And then it got cold. You know?
Oh, so it made it worse.
And it made it even worse. So I stopped showing up the last half of that semester. Damn. Thankfully, it was an English class, so I just had to write papers. I didn't have to be there.
Oh, that's perfect.
I had this class in engineering, and I had a bike, and I would only use it one day. And they stole it from me, man. I saved up all summer to buy that bike to take to college, and it lasted like 3 weeks, man. They just stole it from me. I was like, man, this is college? Like, you got bike thieves?
Your shit stolen?
And then you got bike thieves here, man? This ain't right, man. Who steals bikes?
And the engineering building's far.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Where did you, what dorm were you in?
I was in Douglas, which is now vacant, man. They demolished it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's changed a lot, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they knocked it down.
But that's super far from the engineering building.
Yeah, it's not even there, man. Yeah. It's like from here to, I don't know. I can't. It's far, man.
It's far.
You don't want to walk that. No. Just put it like that.
That's like a solid, that's like more than a mile, I'd say.
This is like pre-Fitbit, man. Like,
yeah, it is, man.
You weren't even counting your steps. You were just walking to walk.
College high, man, he wasn't about that life.
No?
He would have been like, man, let me wait for this bus out here, even though it's going to make me 20 minutes
Because the bus schedules, they're so bad. They run like every 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
But you never think about it until you're like 10 minutes. Class is about to start in 10 minutes. Then you got to wait 10 minutes for the bus. Then
so
you
you're
get
already
there. So you're like half an hour late.
Yeah.
So at that point, you open up a beer and you don't even go.
That's crazy. So after college, did you know you wanted to become what's the job title?
project manager. Yeah.
Is that what you started, like you wanted to do that? Or?
No, I mean, I think what I was really able to do is learn how to manage major projects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I was super involved. I was actually vice president of student government while I was there. So
nice.
yeah, which is real cool, right? Like, I mean,
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. 2 years, so you kind of learn how to navigate, people and projects, and it's just a skill set. I think college for me, it really taught me skills, right? And I think those skills have been transferable in all the jobs I've had, including the one that I have now, right? Like how to manage people, how to manage budgets, and really dive into a set goal and get it done, man. I think it's huge. Even though, I might not be learning accounting, right? Like you still learn certain skills that kind of help you today for sure.
Damn, so were you like the responsible one in your group of friends? Like,
no, man.
You gotta get your shit together.
No, at a certain point, I was
around.
like, hey, yo, man, maybe we shouldn't do that,
Yeah.
But it would have to get to an extreme point.
They were out there stealing bikes.
Yeah, we were all like,
Yeah, like maybe we shouldn't kick the geese.
Yeah.
What? No, they'll fuck you up, bro.
Yeah.
Geese?
Yeah, the geese at NIU.
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
They mess around. Yeah.
They've
The Canadian migration or whatever it is, man. Yeah,
they've been holding it down for years, man.
I've never heard of that.
You'd, when I was walking like anywhere, like to campus or like dorms, they'll just stare you down, like daring you to do something.
Right? Just waiting for you to fuck around and kick them?
Waiting for you to fuck up. And then they'll walk around, they'll open up their wings, like be all big, like try to intimidate you.
Yeah.
And I was like,
You really have a vendetta against these.
It's bad, man.
Yeah, man.
Ask people. Anyone that goes to NIU, they've had their encounters.
Huh. All right.
It's true.
Like, we're not
This is
fucking around,
a
bro.
podcast for people that kick geese. I've never met someone that just goes and kick the fucking.
No, like you don't even have to kick them. They just like one person kicked them like 100 years ago, and they fucked it up for everyone.
They
So,
still
Now they all remember.
Yeah.
They tell their ancestors, like we go.
Like how, like people like in the Bible they tell a bunch of stories.
Right.
Like the goose version of the Bible is like, then one day this fucker came and kicked him, and so from that day on we decided we were gonna hate people.
Damn.
Like,
And that's how it started.
and that's how it started.
Yeah,
And now
fuck people.
And now I have to worry. Because some asshole in like the 1800s kicked one.
Bro, you're good now, man. Like you know.
No,
you're
man,
not in
what
college.
if they hear the podcast and they find out where we are?
Right, and they come just flocking in.
Swooping in.
That's horrible. Yeah, man. So thanks for coming on board, dude. I know you listen to us a lot, and I remember you told me once, you're like, man, sometimes I'm sitting there listening to you guys, and I want to be like, no, you guys got this wrong, or like, it really means this.
Yeah. Early on though, man.
See, we're learning, man.
Early on, man. Yeah. Now it's like I haven't had that feeling in a long time.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
But
it.
yeah, when you guys were talking about shows and you're like, what's her name? I'm like, man.
Oh, man. That was probably me. Yeah.
I was like, how you guys gonna talk about these movies? I was like,
and not know any
I
names.
was like,
I'm
I just
horrible
want
at
to chime in there, man, for sure. Yeah. But I gotta say, man, it's a lot different. You guys have leveled up. As the millennials say now.
That's awesome, man. We're trying to get to the Joe Rogan level, man. That's
shit. We gotta.
How long do you think it'll take us to be on that level?
I don't know. He has what? 8. He has like over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, and like multi-million like.
So I'd say
listeners.
If we get to like 500 episodes.
Yeah, we'll be alright. Yeah.
We're on what? This is 30, 31.
This is 30. Yeah.
All right, so we're 470 more.
Lucky for you guys, I have like 300 followers on Instagram, man.
Oh shit!
There you go. See,
I'm an influencer here in South Berwyn area, specifically.
Wow, like ads?
That's cool. Like
use these nails to build your houses.
Yeah.
It would have to be very targeted in a certain area, though,
Right.
in order for my influence to work.
I know a lot of my friends don't really listen to podcasts, and if they do, they don't listen to this one. So, do you have like what are your favorite podcasts that you listen to?
Man, I love podcasts. I just think they're so fun.
Dude, I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I've been listening to podcasts for a couple years now. Right now, I'm really into like the crime podcasts.
Oh, nice.
Right, like I've listened to Gangster Capitalism. I love all the like white collar crime.
Yeah.
Not so much like the murder, like murder mystery. Like I listen to Crime Town and the serial podcast. Those are great, right? But I'm really into like the white collar crime or just the crime organizations. Like Crime Time, I just finished that season. It's great. It was all about Detroit. I loved it, man. It was like 20 episodes. Took me like a good week and a half to finish.
It's like Detroit Now or like Detroit?
No, it's like the whole history of Detroit, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's great from a couple mayors ago to the recent mayor. that whole crime genre, to me, it's super interesting. And when you're on a long drive, it's like a perfect listen, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
like
God.
you're driving around, it's like, whoa, like you're entertained. Obviously, the NPR podcasts are great, but for me, the crime podcast is really where it's at right now. I love those.
That's awesome. We actually, on our road trip, we were listening to the, it's like what, I can't think of his name. Dude with the claw, X-Men.
Wolverine?
Wolverine, yeah. It's a Wolverine podcast, and it's a Marvel podcast, but it's rated like R, so it's explicit, and like they like swear, and like it's super like in your face. Wolverine's like killing people and stuff. It's really cool, man. I'm gonna get the name and I'll send it to you guys.
Is it like,
so Wolverine hosts the podcast?
Yeah, so Hugh
No, it's like a story. It's like
that?
okay, so no, it's not Hugh Jackman. That's how you say it. It's different actors. Like they're telling the story of Wolverine.
So is it kind of like imagine someone's reading you a comic book kind of thing?
Yeah, but it's like
that's cool.
acted,
Like a
it's like
novel.
a script. It's like a script. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so like you can hear like
cool,
I don't know the gunshots and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Shit, I never even heard of a podcast like that.
Yeah, I was surprised that it was like a Marvel one too. Like that was
Yeah, that
cool.
sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
So then, do you? And I guess the question goes for both of you guys. Like, do you ever listen to podcasts like on a drive when you're with people, or like is that just something that you do by yourself? Because I know normally when I'm listening to a podcast, like I'll listen to it when I'm in the car by myself, or if I have headphones on and I'm doing something. But like I won't. Like if I pick someone up and then like we're going somewhere, like I'll take off the podcast and I'll just put on the radio or whatever. Cause like I feel like then I'm not paying attention.
Self-conscious of
No, like I feel like I'm not paying attention. Like I'm gonna miss it,
Oh, okay.
Like it's not even that I'm worried that the other person's gonna judge me based on my podcast. Like I'm worried that I'm not gonna hear it and then I'm gonna have to go back, listen to it again, and I'm gonna find where I'm at and like so I just take it off.
Something.
Yeah, I listen to them by myself, man. I feel the same way as you do.
Yeah.
Right, where you don't want to be rude. Well, one, I don't really ride with a lot of people in my cars, day to day. But I think when I'm by myself, I understand the story more.
Yeah.
And I can rewind stuff. I'm like, wait, hold up, what did I miss? Like if I'm pulling through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through, and they're asking me for my order, I pause it, right? Because I don't want to miss anything. So,
exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to miss the details, especially in like those crime ones, because then you'll be like, wait, hold up, why is so and so going to jail now, right? So it's mostly by myself.
Nice. What about
and only in my car.
Oh, okay. So you don't do it like when you're like working around the house or like when you're on the job or something?
Yeah, no, man. Or working out. No, I can't. I don't know why. Yeah. It's only in my car.
I've actually never thought of that. Yeah.
Because that's when I do it. Like when I'm driving or like when I'm working out or just like around the house. So like if I go like from working out to like go make something to eat, like I'll keep listening to it.
I hate when I'm at work and I'm listening to one and it's like super funny and I'm trying not to laugh, because I'm gonna look dumb as fuck. Like I hate that feeling.
That one gets me a lot too.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
I'm at work, just typing on my desk, like super quiet, and I'm listening to a podcast and they'll say something, I start losing it. So like I go in stages, So like I'll try to like keep it in, and then if it's too funny, like they keep on going, like I'll pause the podcast and like try not to think about it. I'll like switch tabs, like minimize it, like not think about it. And then if I still keep going, like my last line of defense is I walk out and like I go to the bathroom and I just start laughing.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's horrible.
Because it's terrible. You never want to be that guy who randomly starts laughing in an office when nobody's talking.
Do you have like a open office, like, or are you like in a cubicle or?
So I'm in an actual like office.
Okay.
But there's another person in there with me.
So there's two desks.
There's two desks in the one office. So it's a little bit less weird now. Like before we were in like in an open area, so there was like 4 or 5 people around me.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit less awkward, but I'd still rather not, start laughing randomly.
Do you like it better with just like the person next to you? Like, is it?
Or
do you feel like it's more like?
I liked it better when we were all like in one common area, but simply because you talk more with people, so you do less work. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
and it helps the day go by too. Like, like somebody will say something and you'll start a conversation and all of a sudden it's like 20 minutes past,
Yeah. What I find myself doing is I'm doing my work, like listening to my podcast, and someone will say something and then I'll just stop and I'll like chime in.
Yeah.
And before I know it, it's like 15, 20 minutes. Like, oh shit, okay. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But then like I can't even listen to a whole podcast at work either.
Why?
Like I'll listen to like 20 minutes, 40 minutes, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll do something else, or like I'll just not listen to anything, and then I'll start it again. Like I can't listen to it all in one go. I don't know why. Like my mind drifts off or something.
Do you listen? I listen to mine on 1.5 speed.
Yeah, no.
Podcast. Yeah, it's trippy at first, but like now if I go back to regular speed, it's way too slow. I can't do it, man.
That's true.
I listen to you guys on 1.5 speed, and you guys sound great. I'll tell you that. To me, it sounds fantastic. You know, yeah, it's been years. 1.5 speed, man.
Yeah.
For a little bit, I even heard it at double speed, but it gets kind of weird, man.
So how do you catch everything when it's like?
It's just you're paying attention.
You pay attention. Like your brain, it like adapts to it. When I go back to single speed, I feel there's these pauses that are just so long, and it takes forever. You know, 30. Like on Spotify, you can't do that. Right. So you know, I'm like 38 minutes for. I'm like, man, on the Apple podcast, it's 1.5 speed. It's great. You just you're plowing through all of them. And you adjust to it, man. Yeah, to me it sounds great. But if people get in the car with me, they'll be like, "What are you listening to? Why are they talking so fast?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, man? It sounds great."
It sounds normal. No, I can't do it. I've tried it a couple times with like a few different podcasts, and I can't like. It ruins it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I feel like part of what I enjoy is listening to how people deliver things and how they speak. Yeah, I see that. So you don't get a lot of that. Yeah, so when you speed it up, it's just words.
You just get the content, man.
Yeah, I get the content, and I'm like,
straight to the point.
Yeah, like I can just read a book.
I know you like visually, like watching him on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
right?
I like
Do
doing that too.
Watch your podcast on YouTube?
No, I haven't. The only one I think I saw was like the Conan podcast for a little bit, but I can't
Conan
really
Needs Friends or something
like
that?
Yeah, that was it. But no, I typically just listen to him.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense if you only listen when you're driving. I hope, God, you're not watching the video.
Right?
No, man. No.
It's with like your one.
You know, with YouTube, it's funny because I feel I'm still in the old school where I just watch YouTube to like learn a couple things, but people use it for music stream and like watch shows on it now. Like to me, I just use it for a music video here and there, but I feel like I definitely don't use YouTube to its full potential, man.
Man, YouTube has evolved so much
in
the last like 5 years.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, do you remember YouTube? Or better yet, do you remember before there was like Vines and like there was like one viral video?
Yeah.
Like the little kid that got his finger bitten.
Charlie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You remember.
Charlie bit my finger.
Do you remember that?
Man, I have no idea what you're talking about right
so back, like way back, I don't know, we're talking like 2007 maybe?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, there was like no viral like videos, like you couldn't become internet famous. Like it was straight just like, what was on YouTube actually?
It was
just music videos,
clips,
highlights, right? Like sports highlights. That's what I thought.
And then like that started to pop off, and then Vine started to pop off, and then like
it turned into
memes.
Now.
Like the internet's just straight like memes now.
People doing fucking makeup tutorials.
That's crazy.
Right. I mean,
a million of those.
You can do that home repair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just learn so much stuff on YouTube.
At least that one makes more sense.
Right.
Well, I don't know. I just feel like there's way too many makeup stories. Maybe because it doesn't apply to me. Like I'm not sitting there trying to do these tutorials.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like they just like do their own makeup in front of a camera?
Basically, and then like they like teach you how to do it, but I don't know.
Yeah, they show you like the different products. Like, I think.
Yeah, I got an idea, man. So all right, hear me out. We get a female guest.
Okay.
To do your makeup in front of the camera, bro. That'll be a hit.
To do my makeup.
I love it.
Yeah, and we'll call it Renee's room. Yeah. We'll call it, we'll get a vanity, like with some lights.
And then the next episode we'll do you.
I mean, you should just do like a home makeover, like Renee's runway,
Renee's runway.
A whole makeover,
everything.
Makeup, everything.
But the plot twist is you could only use the clothes in the back of your closet, and you can't see what you're putting on.
So I gotta I put a blindfold on and then I get dressed.
I guess.
Like I can still tell a shirt's a shirt and like pants are pants.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really make sense.
You should just do like a time lapse of Renee getting makeup.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, dude.
With the product.
Renee's room.
I'm not on board.
We gotta sell it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
You gotta see, man. We'll do a whole vision board.
Yeah. Like maybe if you can like give me a 5-page document on it, like the pros and cons, like why this would benefit our channel.
A Venn diagram.
Yeah. People interested in this shit. People who watch us.
Just take a vote, man. Just take a vote.
What was I gonna say? Yeah. So during college, I know you told me that you used to host runway shows.
Yeah, I mean, in college, I emceed a couple different shows for different organizations. Yeah, I emceed.
Did you get paid for that?
No, man, you don't.
No? You got paid in experience.
Yeah, you get paid in experience for sure. I mean, it's kind of like the whole thrill of it all, right? Yeah. Like I used to MC fashion shows, emceed date auction nights, a couple different like pageants, and just all types of competitions, man. Like there was always competitions like fraternity competitions. And everyone needs a host or an MC to kind of keep the show going. Yeah, so I would MC those. I had a lot of fun doing it. You get to improvise a little bit, kind of roast the people that are participating, roast the audience, roast your friends in the audience. It's fun, man. I loved it. It was a great time, especially if like the crowd is in it. Like there's just nothing like that, right?
That's cool.
But I've also been in shows where the crowd wasn't in it, man, and it's rough, man.
So you're just dying up there.
You're dying up there. You're like, come on, man. Yeah, it's rough, man.
I'm trying to make you guys laugh. Come on.
Yeah, where like the attendance, it's like a room for like 300 people, and there's like 30 people in there. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it didn't happen often, man, but not fun.
Have you ever tried stand up?
No, it's one. It's like on my bucket list,
bro.
right?
You gotta do it, man.
Like write a I don't know 6-7 minute set. Sometimes I write jokes in my mind, but I don't write them down on paper.
You know, a lot of people say that like being funny in person is a lot different from being funny on stage.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I think it's one thing like roast your friends and be funny with your friends, but like just strangers, I think it's like a different skill set for sure. But it's on my bucket list, man. I'd love to do it.
All right, Renee. So here's what we do. We got another idea. Ready?
So it's weird how like you have to like go and make people laugh. You know,
it's just like your idea, man. Like you just throw ideas.
All right, hear me out, Renee. Hear me out.
What's your idea? I'll hear you out.
We have a runway show, right?
All right. So anyways,
Renee's runway show.
Okay.
But in the middle, like halftime, we get this guy to do some
jokes.
Yeah, you be the stand-up,
Yeah. So it's a sports game now.
Like the fucking Super Bowl halftime show, right? So then, then you do stand-up, and then all our guests that we've had on before come and do like a set. That'd be dope.
You know, when I turned 30, I had a roast of my 20s.
Really?
Yeah, for my 30th birthday party. It was awesome, man. I loved it. Yeah, so my goal is to, every time I hit a big, like 40, I'm going to have a roast of my 30s.
Ooh, okay.
So when I turned 30, I had a roast of my 20s, and I had like 5 people come and did like a minute or so, and they roasted me, and then I roasted them back. It was awesome, man. I loved it. Awesome. Yeah.
Damn, I've never thought nor heard of anything remotely like that. That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. We loved it. Like, I don't think we recorded it, but it was fat. Like, sometimes people still bring it up. Like, oh man, I remember that roast you had. It was so much fun. The one thing is you have to write your material in advance, man. I mean, I would sit down in my living room and I would write it out, and my brother would say like, "Why are you laughing, man?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, you gotta hear this joke." But it's really funny if you know the person, right? Because then they get it. But you have, like I was saying, you have to write jokes that everyone could understand, right? Even though they don't know who you're roasting. Yeah. But it was so much fun, man. And for my 40th, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna roast my 30s.
That's awesome, man.
See, and that's the hard part about stand-up. You gotta write jokes for people you don't know.
For everyone in the room, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
It's easy to be funny with someone you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So when I left my last job, my employees did a roast for me, like a goodbye roast, you know.
Oh, it was in the office.
Yeah, kind of with Michael Scott, but he fucking took it too serious. No, well there was one friend of mine who was at the roast, and like everyone's taking turns like joking, you know. It was fun. Then my boy Sal came up, right, and then like without even like trying, he's like, "All right, guys, there's a couple." He had like a laundry list of things he wanted to say about me. And he's like, "You know what, I'm just going to say it." And he's like, "Treto, I really hate when you're on your phone and I'm trying to talk to you and you're ignoring me." And like, it just turned into like a serious
like an event session.
Yeah, it turned into an event. And everyone's like, "Yo, dude, chill." It was so funny.
Yeah, I had, in my roast, I had one of my friends, he tried to wing it, right? Like improv it, and he did terrible, man.
Really?
Yeah, I won't say who it was, but he knows who he is. He did so bad, man. Yeah, it was like, whoa, man, what happened with that one guy? And I'm like, man, that dude, he didn't write his material, you know?
And I bet you, like, luck had it that he followed up someone who like just killed it.
Oh yeah, everybody else killed it, but the guy who wrote his material, man.
Right.
Damn. See, that's why you got to prepare. You can't just go up there and wing it, man.
There we go. All right, Renee, I got an idea.
Oh my god.
We do a roast, right?
See, okay, so every quarter of the runway show we do a roast.
We do a roast.
The previous quarter.
We roast.
That's a lot of roasting.
That's perfect.
Man.
That's good. Yeah, that could work.
No, that idea started bad and then it just kept on going.
It got worse.
No, yeah, that was bad. All right, fuck the runway. Let's just. That would be cool to have a live event though. I really want to
be cool.
Yeah.
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we're there, but that's on the bucket list.
Man, you guys have a cult following, man. You know.
Yeah.
We do. We gotta get that cult following to be like 2 cults. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, like two or three.
3 cults.
To fill the room.
I'm not trying to run out a 300-person room and then we got 30 people show up.
You don't want that. It's not a good feeling, man. Yeah. What you do is you rent a 30-person room and they get 50.
There you go.
And it's like, snap. Man, you couldn't even walk around over there, man.
Yeah.
Packed, man. That's how you do it. You gotta
Sold
do
out.
reverse.
Yeah, see, and then you get to you get to stroke your ego. You're like, yeah, I sold out this whole 30-person room. You know,
right? And we gave away 15 tickets.
There you go, man.
So that was. So they just had to come in for free. Like,
we lost the money on this show.
we owe the place. We owe them that. That's a good idea, man.
Owing the place money?
No. Like doing some type of live event, you know, like that'd be really fun.
That'd be cool at a small venue or something. Yeah. But I do want to bring up before I forget again. I did look up Zaddy.
Zaddy?
Yeah.
So we get a Zaddy to pay for our event.
So the Zaddy is a slang term for a very handsome guy who's appealing and looks fashionable. So it's basically a daddy, but not a dad. You know?
But is that a sugar daddy or?
No, Zaddy is just an attractive.
But I thought it was used as like an older gentleman.
Yeah.
Me too, but apparently not. I thought it was always like an older dude, like an actual dad.
So there could be young Zaddies?
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding now from the definition.
Okay, this one says a handsome gentleman with a certain flair or swag, typically older age.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So yeah, that
like,
sounds
about you guys ever heard of like the Silver Fox?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
That's the guy you gotta strive to be, Treto.
Yeah, Silver Fox.
Silver
Fox Zaddy.
You gotta be
a Silver Zaddy.
A Silver Zaddy.
Silver.
I'm just gonna put you in my phone as Zaddy now.
There you go. Oh, hang on, Zaddy's calling. I feel like that's worse for you than.
I know, that's true. Your wife would be like, who the hell?
Who's this Zaddy guy?
I don't gotta deal with me calling and seeing it say Zaddy.
Yeah. Well, this is TWAR coming live from our new fucking
shit.
Yeah, so I guess to move on to other things, man. I wanted to talk to you. I know we've talked about how big of a Marvel fan you are. How did you feel about Endgame?
Man,
this is super left turn, by the way.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. It was dope. Yeah, the funny part is, I try to keep up with all the movies. Like, I'll confess, I hadn't seen Captain Marvel, so like when some of that stuff was happening, I was like, snap.
Yeah. Ooh, we did.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. I actually didn't listen to it because I hadn't seen it, so I didn't want to like spoil it. I actually just saw it this weekend, but I love it. I thought it was great. To me, even years ago, I really loved the whole idea and the premise of like movies that tie into each other, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that's fantastic. It's something that's never been done. I mean, the whole sequels and the trilogies, right? It's kind of like linear, but something like this where it's a cross, it's just great, man. I think it's something we've never seen before, and I'm really excited about like what they're gonna do next, right?
Yeah. Same.
And to me, I'll give you an example. The best example I can give you: those X-Men movies where growing up, Apocalypse was like my favorite villain.
Yeah.
Right. He was dope, like in the cartoons and everything. He was just a beast. And then when he came out in the X-Men movies, I was like, hold up, like who's that guy? Like that's not Apocalypse. Who's this dude? I'm like, come on, man. So to me, Apocalypse to me resembles something like Thanos did, right?
Yeah.
Where he was just beefy, like, oh man, who's this dude? Like a physical presence. Mm-hmm. So to me, it really kind of ruined that Apocalypse experience in that movie.
Yeah.
But Thanos, I mean, he lived up to it. You're like, man, I want no part of that dude. I love that. I think to have a great movie like that, the villain just needs to be like out of this world, man.
So in the comics, was Thanos such a big like?
Yeah, he was kind of. He was even like stockier.
Portrayed as
that? He was like a.
I've never read the comic.
Even I guess thicker.
Oh, yeah, he's like a tree, man. I mean, he's massive, man.
Jesus.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about Endgame is so my favorite character is the Hulk, right? Like I've always loved the Hulk.
I think I'm gonna agree with this.
I don't like
green light.
If you watch the movies, man, I feel like the Hulk has gotten smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
In each movie, and I like when he in the Thor Ragnarok, like he was huge, right? He was massive.
He was beasting in there.
Yeah, he was like
even when he wasn't like in the Coliseum, he was still like huge as fuck.
He was huge. He's like he's like 10, 11 feet tall. And now in this movie, I get like he's Bruce Banner, they're kind of battling, right? But it's like he's still like the dude sits in a regular chair at the restaurant. It's like that's the Hulk,
regular chair.
What I just that was probably the only thing that I didn't really. I was like, come on, man, that's the Hulk. Like, you ain't doing him justice. I felt.
What really threw me off was when he was wearing like the V-neck and then the little cardigan.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like,
No,
yeah, you're right, man. They kind of.
It annoyed me that he didn't get a chance to fight Thanos again, because like in Infinity War, like. They fought for a little bit in the beginning of the movie, and then like he got his ass handed to him. So like I wanted him to fight again and like beat Thanos, or like hold his own or something. and then
kind of redeem himself.
Yeah,
right?
redeem himself, and then he never really got a chance. So that was one of my biggest like disappointments with the movie.
Yeah, I love that. Like when he, so you know, I had this thing where remember when he fights the Hulkbuster,
Yeah.
right, with Iron Man, right? So I'm kind of like, all right, so if Iron Man needs the Hulkbuster to beat the Hulk,
Yeah.
then logically, wouldn't you think that then the Hulk can defeat regular Iron Man? That's
Right.
kind of how I took it, right?
Yeah.
Like if it was just regular Iron Man, then the Hulk would
beat his ass. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
that's why he needs the Hulkbuster, right? So
Right.
I'm kind of like that was probably my favorite movie with the Hulk, right? Like when they're thrown down, but
Yeah.
I'm always kind of like, damn, Iron Man needs the Hulkbuster to beat him up. Then regular Iron Man is gonna get his ass handed to him
Right.
by the Hulk, right? That's kind of how I took it.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't let him fight. I guess
I don't know.
Thanos.
I mean, there was a lot of shit going on already.
There really was. Even I know a lot of people had a backlash on how Captain Marvel was trying to fight or like take the gauntlet from Thanos, but like she's supposed to be like the strongest one ever like created.
Yeah.
So why wasn't she able to just like flick Thanos off? You know, like.
That's how strong Thanos is.
He wasn't that strong.
Well, didn't he have already the gauntlet?
Yeah, he had the
Yeah,
gauntlet
I
on
mean,
it.
At that point, he
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
No, I'm not trying to think about it.
he's dope, man. I mean, just that dude, like, you want no part of that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like going back to what you were saying about like they made a good villain. Like in that first movie, like you know, you feel for him. Like he's a bad guy, but you're still like I get what you're doing. Like I understand why you think you're right.
Yeah. It's for a second, and you're like, You know, the other movie I loved was Black Panther, right? Because that villain too, you identify with him a little bit. Yeah, I'm like, oh man, like you almost cheer for him in a second, right? Like kind of what he's been through. Yeah, and you know, I feel more so than Thanos, right? Because Thanos, he's just out of his mind. But like Killmonger, like you're like, damn, this dude, you know, like what he's saying isn't crazy, right?
Yeah.
He's just going about it the wrong way. Like I also loved that movie. It was fantastic for that.
That was a dope ass movie.
Was.
I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack to me was like amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really glad someone that wasn't me brought up Black Panther.
Oh my god, you're right. I didn't even notice that. So we have a reoccurring thing here on the show that Black Panther always gets brought up for some reason. It's been like at least
a great movie.
15 episodes out of the 30 that we have mentioned Black Panther.
Oh, for sure, man.
So we're about 50% for mentioning Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I really like how you were at one point you were like, yo, you gotta watch this movie, you gotta watch that movie in preparation for Endgame. Because I did go back and I watched like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Like I haven't seen that one, and then even like Captain Marvel. I'm glad that came out before. But yeah, dude, that's just like a whole universe that like people dive into. I'm new to it though. Like I didn't grow up watching or reading the comics.
I don't know how you didn't even watch that. Like that was everywhere.
Oh, dude, like I mean, I saw like Iron Man when it first came out, and then I remember.
Yeah, but the Iron Man cartoon was kind of shitty. Yeah, I didn't like it at least. I thought it was bad. I really liked the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men cartoon.
Yeah, the X-Men for me, I think was my favorite.
Yeah, that's where it was at.
And then I got the Hulk, the TV show Hulk was on reruns for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's always been my favorite.
Yeah, so you missed out, bro. What were you watching? Fucking Pokemon?
Actually, yeah, I was fucking Pokemon. I remember watching Batman.
Oh, yeah, that was a good ass show.
Batman was a good one. But then I would watch like Gargoyles and like DC Marvel shows.
Nah,
like, do you remember this show about the
I don't.
No. The brothers? They were sharks. It was like early 90s, like 90s, mid 90s.
The ones with the jeans on?
Yeah, and then they were like cool brothers, but then they would like be like skater sharks that would fight. It was kind of like the Ninja Turtles.
What? But they were sharks?
Yo, this was like 96.
That's wild.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what they're called though.
I think they were called Shark.
Hood Sharks.
Shark Bros.
Hood Sharks?
Hood Sharks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That shit is crazy.
Sharks in Compton.
Yeah.
Englewood Sharks.
That's a good follow up. What was some of the? Do you remember cartoons you used to watch, man, when you were little?
Yeah, man. A lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for sure.
Okay,
that album was big. We used to watch that all the time.
Some Cowabungas, is that what you said?
We watched Transformers, but it was like that digital version Transformers, like where they were like there was like a gorilla or something.
Yeah, where they were animals.
Yeah, I forget what it was called. But
have you seen that like recently? Like I looked it up not too long ago on YouTube, and I was just to see it because I remembered the show, and. Damn, it looked terrible.
Yeah, but at the time it was like.
But at the time it looked awesome.
Yeah.
It's like you know how like games on the N64 looked?
Yeah.
Like that, but like way worse.
Jeez.
Like
yeah,
is weird.
Yeah, but they were doing it though.
Yeah.
At the time, we were like,
at the time I thought it was great.
Guys. Yeah, I watched those. But yeah, I think Teenage Mutant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the X-Men. Like you said, I think those were it. Those are probably my favorite cartoons for sure.
There's one thing that I kind of I'm kind of jealous of, like older people that grew up like in the '90s. Like you got to witness like the Bulls legacy and like, hip hop at its best, you know, and like you got to witness like all these cool like '90s things that we could kind of tap into now with like YouTube and shit. But like back then, it was like fresh. Yeah, it was like fresh in your face. You know?
It was awesome, especially with the Bulls. Like it was almost an expectation of like you're just gonna win.
Yeah.
Right. It was like this pride that it was like, all right, well, come June, like we're gonna be out there celebrating. Right. I mean, I'm still a little kid. Like it's not like I could go to Grand Park by myself. Right. But like it's just the spirit. You know, to this day, like I can't wear any other basketball team besides the Bulls, man. Like you just can't do it. You know, and it's and I mean, I'll say I just hate how the Bulls are managed now. Because it's like, and also how the Bulls are viewed by like other players currently. It's like, why is Chicago not a premier destination for them? Right. And I think it's the management. It's like maybe they don't want to live in Jordan's shadow or whatever the case might be. And you know, I think that success kind of clouds that, right? But to me, it's, you know, like the Lakers are a historic franchise and people love going there. I mean, it's LA, I get it. But I think the same feeling should exist for Chicago. Like people should want to come here and play here, right? It's not the case, man.
Yeah, like the Lakers, like if they didn't want to be in a shadow, they, like Kobe's shadow, even like Magic's shadow, but like they're Chicago's the only team that doesn't have that like calling.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know, and I think D Rose kind of broke that mold a little bit because he did advance us right to, you know, right before the finals, man. Yeah. You know, when they lost that game and like I couldn't watch any sports for months, man. Like I was literally heartbroken.
2011 when
man, I still remember. I was like, man, just because when you grow up in the '90s, like you're dying to get back there,
right? You want that.
Like you want it. You've been there before, and you just want to live that, man. And the fact that it doesn't happen and that we're so terrible, it's like unacceptable, man. It's like, come on, man. Like, what is going on? And I think the same thing happens with like Bears fans that lived through the '85 championship, right? Yeah. It's like we should be the same. Like I didn't really get to experience that, right? I was like, you know, I was really young. But with the Bulls, it's like, come on, man. Like for years, like we were dominant.
It was
like,
a given.
Yeah, man.
I wish I would have seen that. Like, yeah, even like 2011, I remember like we used to get all like excited and playoff runs and all that, but like
it was the best we'd ever seen the team.
Yeah, literally.
Like, remember seeing the team.
That Derrick Rose documentary that we talked about a couple episodes ago. That was a trip, man, because it was like it felt like it happened yesterday, but if you think about it, that was what 8 years ago.
8 years ago now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A long time ago.
Yeah, man. So I think in 10 years, if the Cubs suck again, like I'm gonna get that feeling, like damn, like we used to be like.
But I mean, with the thing with basketball that's so different, and we were talking about this earlier, is the competitive balance is just not there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like 6 teams that you could pretty much think like one of these 6 teams is gonna win.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, in baseball, I think it's a little bit more balanced, right? There's a little bit more teams in the hunt, but in basketball, it's always been like top heavy, man. So for us in the '90s, it was like, all right, so who are the Bulls gonna play? You know, like who are the Bulls gonna play, right? It was an expectation that Jordan and the Bulls, we were gonna be there, man. Like it was no doubt, you know. And I don't know, I'm not a Cubs fan or even a huge baseball fan at that. Like I don't know that you could say that about a baseball team right now. You know, like so and so's gonna be there. Who are they gonna play?
Right.
It's pretty much up for grabs.
Do you think that's how people feel now, or like kids growing up in Oakland?
Yeah.
Like they're just like, oh, definitely, you know, the Warriors are gonna be there.
For sure.
And then they're gonna.
It's like who are they gonna play? You know? Yeah. It's the same. It's the same feeling I bet, man. Like just that consistent presence. You know, same thing like a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
In the '90s, early 2000s, it's like Yankees are in the World Series constantly. Same thing in Cleveland, right? Like when LeBron was there. I mean, it's just an expectation. Like
we're gonna be
there. Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Especially the rivalries too. I mean,
and then it just ruins it for the rest of your life.
It does, yeah.
Because like, what are the chances that the Bulls are gonna get like another Jordan and win 6 championships in 8 years again? Like,
we got it, man.
I'd be happy with 1 championship, man. To be honest, man.
Bro, I was super happy when we got like freaking.
We made it to the second round.
Yeah, you know, like that was good enough.
Yeah, I went to those games, man. You have to take advantage, you know.
Earlier today, we were talking about the All-Star Game being held in Chicago this year, man.
Oh yeah, 2020.
Are you guys excited for that?
I'm excited. I've been waiting to buy tickets for it.
Yeah, actually, do you know when they come on sale, or are they gonna go on sale?
Nah, the tickets by itself aren't on sale yet. They have like a bunch of packages on sale, but those are like
like premiums.
Like premium shit. It's like I think the cheapest one is like $3,000 or so, and like they go up to like $23,000.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's like premium ass seats. Like you get like free food. You get to eat with like all stars and all this stuff. So like it sounds really cool. Just you got $23,000 laying around.
Yeah, not for that.
I do not. But I think it's a great.
It's probably a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Like, I don't know if I definitely wouldn't spend that much money, but I think the vibe of the weekend is what I'm looking for. Like, your city's on showcase, right?
Yep.
So the pride that you have, I think, is huge. And just being able to see so many superstars like that, I think is an opportunity you have to take advantage of, for sure.
That's what I'm excited for.
I'm definitely looking forward to just seeing what they do. Like, because, your city's going to be on display. Like, for the Final Four this past season in college, they held it in Minneapolis. And I was there that weekend during the Final Four, and it was amazing, like how much stuff they had like put up on the streets, and like all the people, you know, with their repping their teams and all that. So like I imagine it's gonna be like that, but like crazier, you know, because now this is like professional level sports.
I just want to see LeBron, to be honest. Like I just want to go see LeBron in person and be like, all right, cool, scratch it off the bucket list, you know.
Yeah, you never seen him play, man.
I've never seen him play.
I've seen him play the Bulls in the playoffs. That dude's a beast.
Scary, really?
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
Was he with Miami or
no? He was with Cleveland, man.
Cleveland?
He was hitting threes like out of nowhere. I mean, at first, like I was a little bit of a LeBron hater, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, but then it's like, yo, you gotta recognize.
Well, when
you
watch it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you're like, this dude is insane, man.
Yeah,
it was great.
I've been getting shit like for a while now, for a really long time, about being a LeBron fan. But like a lot of people don't know that I followed him since he was like young. You know, like I don't know, I just always loved him. And then I hate the people that are like, oh, you're a Miami fan now because of LeBron. Like, oh, you're a Lakers fan now. Like, I want the Lakers.
I'm a LeBron fan.
Yeah, LeBron fan, bro.
But
I get that.
Yeah, man, it's funny. But yeah,
it's like I'm not the team's fan. I'm LeBron's fan.
Right.
Okay.
I hate the team, but LeBron's cool. Like,
bro, you gotta hurry up and watch LeBron play. You don't know how many more years he's got.
I know, man. That's for real. Like,
and like you don't want to see him.
So you've
play.
never seen LeBron.
I've never seen him in person.
Damn. And like you got to see him play like this coming season, if anything, because like you don't want to see him like if you go watch Vince Carter play now.
Oh, where
like,
he's
you're not
like bad knees, Carter.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get anything out of it.
14 minutes, LeBron.
Yeah. As if you watched Vince Carter like in the early 2000s, you know, where he's like dunking over everybody,
hanging on rims and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, man. I mean, you know. You don't go to a Bulls game. I never see Michael play, and I regret that. You know, it's like, man, I never got to see him play.
Because like it's something you don't think about until after. You're like, fuck, like if you don't see them play when they're playing, like that's it. Like the best you can do is like watch a clip on YouTube, but you're never gonna be there, you know.
Damn, that is true.
Because it puts it in a whole different perspective. Like
I'm
watching
tickets.
These past two NBA seasons, I've watched Giannis play and the Milwaukee Bucks play. And it's ridiculous watching them play, like being in the same room as them.
How big is that guy?
They're huge. Like all of them are huge. Everyone on Milwaukee's gigantic.
You know they're playing in Paris this season.
Oh, you want to go to Paris?
You down? No.
And like just watching them on the court, they make the court look so small. And like I've seen the Bulls play like a handful of times, and I've never gotten that same feeling from watching the Bulls on the court and watching Giannis and like Middleton and like all the starting five. It's
the same. It's the same thing. Have you ever gone to Bears training camp? Right, like when you're at a football field, football stadium, like you're so far from the field, right?
Right.
So like I don't think you appreciate like the athleticism as much, right? Like certainly highlights, but when you're at training camp, man, like you're on ground level. Like, you know, you see Matt Forte, this was back in the day, right? Like that. I mean, these dudes are fast, man. They are so fast. I mean, they throw the ball it comes so quick. And I mean, you really appreciate it. It's like a different level, man, for sure. It's different,
like from watching it and seeing it with your eyes.
Even from being like in the nosebleeds to being like lower level.
Night and day.
Yeah, because I remember when we went to Minnesota, we saw
when they had the first year that
Jimmy
they got
Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Who else did they have?
Taj Gibson.
That was cool, man. Just seeing them like up close in person, like that was dope.
Like watching them that close is ridiculous. And like, who else have we watched? Or I know watching the first time I saw John Wall play. Holy crap!
That guy's fast.
Even in like highlights and watching him in a game, you're like he's really fast. But then you watch him like actually in front of you moving. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like you can't even compare.
Imagine guarding him.
Yeah. Like you can't. You know, like your mind is like you shouldn't be able to go that fast. You know.
It's funny you say. A couple years ago I played in a winter softball league. It was like indoor league.
Yeah.
And it was just a bunch of random people, man. I was by myself. I joined this league, and I played first base, and the third baseman was like a former college pitcher.
Yeah.
And I had never played in my whole life with somebody that, I mean, this dude just played college ball.
Yeah.
And you could hear, he would throw you the ball and you could hear it like hissing.
Oh, you can hear that
Yeah,
air?
and I mean, it was incredible. I mean, at the end of the game, my palm was like swollen, you know?
Yeah.
I'd never played with anyone like that guy,
that
you know? I was
caliber?
like, and that dude, he was like run-of-the-mill, he probably played like D1 somewhere, you
Right,
know? But
yeah.
it was crazy, man. You could hear it coming from him, man. It was, until this day, I've never played with anyone like that. It was crazy.
I don't think I'd be able to catch that.
You got to watch LeBron play.
Dude, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta do it.
You
Even if I fly out to LA, you know. No, that'd be super expensive.
You gonna pay premium too.
Yeah, that'd be super expensive. I would have to go to like a city that sucks really bad.
Or just go to a cheap city. Like Oklahoma City tickets are always really cheap.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how good
Indiana,
they are.
Bro. Oh, Indiana.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I think that'll be the next road trip.
Go to Charlotte so you can watch the Lakers play.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, honestly.
Well, let's do it. All right, man. I think this has been a good episode. I feel like we got to know you a little bit, you know, from building houses to what you like. What do you do from like when you go home? Like, what's your daily like routine?
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, obviously you want to spend time with your family, right?
Yeah.
I think that's huge. One of the things that I really like doing is like bike riding. Just right now in the summertime, I'll tell you what, I'm all about being outdoors, man. Like I just think in Chicago, you know, you have to take advantage of being outside, man. So we're trying to go to the park, fly a kite, play golf. I mean, whatever has to do with grill. I mean, just being outdoors right now is I think my number one priority. Whether it means like running, biking, whatever the case might be, I feel like you have to take advantage of not only the date. Like right now, it gets dark at like 9 p.m. practically, right? So I think I'm all about trying to take advantage of those long days right now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
actually,
go ahead.
Remember how I told you? Well, this guy was with me when I bought my Fitbit. But he's the reason why I got to do it because everyone started competing and shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome, man.
So now, like,
it's a good way to get people motivated.
It's
man.
horrible,
I was
man.
say you look a little slimmer, man. You know?
Dang.
Hey, the charts, they don't lie, man.
Hey,
I'll tell you what.
Numbers don't lie, like, you know, Lil Wayne says, man.
No, so there's the chart, right? Like, the people competing. I'm at
Moving
solid.
up on the chart?
No, man, I'm at second to last, man.
But you're solid second to last.
Trent's getting no steps right now. As
I am not,
Damn.
Like, literally, I should be double of what I have right now. So.
No, don't blame it on the podcast.
What? I gotta sit here and talk to everybody.
Nah.
Like, I should be. You guys want to walk? Like, we can take it.
If you weren't recording right now, what would you be doing?
Editing, yeah.
So you'd be sitting.
I'd still be sitting.
Yeah, it's tough, man. If you have a job where like you sit all day, you're not really aware of how active you are, man. So one of my friends told me about the Fitbit, and I've been trying to. So now I used to weigh a lot more, and like when you have kids, man, going back to the fatherhood thing, like you want to be around for your kid, you want to be active, right? Like you don't want to be lazy or like you want to be able to do stuff with them, man. And for me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to lose some weight. But really, the competition kind of takes
it motivates you, right?
Because like when you're by yourself, like it's a little different. But like you see company, you're like, oh snap, I'm trying to be so and so, So like you really get into it. At least for me, it's really helpful, and you'll just change little habits. Like you'll try to be a little bit more active, and every little counts, man. Even if you lose a couple pounds, I think it's well worth it, man, for sure.
No, for sure,
it's awesome.
It's fun.
So you gotta move
where's
up
your
those
Fitbit,
charts.
Renee? You should get one too.
Yeah, where's your Fitbit?
That shit. No.
What?
Then I'm gonna have to have my watch on and a Fitbit. I can't.
That's true.
Too many things.
You got one of those like smartwatches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It tracks my stuff. You guys should buy one of these.
What? Just switch over to.
Just switch over.
Yeah,
it's
man.
great.
Well, I think on that note, thanks for joining us, Jaime, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Pleasure. As a fan, I'm glad to get a chance to sit at the table.
What do you? We asked this for all our guests. What do you expect to see from the show? I don't know, 10 episodes from now or 15 episodes from now.
Yeah, I think. Well, listen, I want to have speed, man, for sure.
So I want to see you guys
definitely
speed a little faster.
Don't speed it. I think it's a great pace, man. I think. I love your movie reviews. I'll tell you that. Like, I really appreciate those.
People
like after that, yeah, I like them. Especially if I've seen the movie.
Yeah,
right.
That always helps.
That always helps. Yeah.
That goes a long way, man.
Right.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. I think like the facts and stuff. I think are way better. I'm telling you, I wanted to jump through those speakers the first couple of days. But yeah, I definitely think the movie reviews reviews are fun, and just kind of the pop culture stuff. I'll tell you, as someone who is a dad, I don't want to fall into the dad stereotype, but sometimes I listen just to kind of pick up stuff. That,
you want to keep up.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm not agreed to. Like, I think you guys talked about hip bars, and I think even you guys were all like, what bars do people go to? I have no clue, man.
Right.
So it's fun to just kind of, stay connected with that a little bit, man. So, but definitely the movie reviews, I tell you to keep doing that for sure.
Man. No, I appreciate it.
Well, too bad we missed our last one.
We had passes for Men in Black.
Yeah. But I heard that the movie's pretty bad though.
Like John Wick yet or anything? Oh,
I did want to just see John Wick, but I know coming down the pipeline, we're gonna try to do for the Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Man's gonna be a good one. Definitely want to do Annabelle. Want to hit like Lion King and stuff.
Yeah, do all that, and then whatever other movies pop up. Yeah, we'll see.
Cool, man. Well, thanks, Jaime. Appreciate your time, and this has been another episode of TretoWithOutARadio. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Google Play, and SoundCloud.
And
like that, right? Ooh, that shit was so smooth.